Record.
All right. So
Everyone.
we started a Patreon. Well, I started a Patreon like 2 months ago, 1 month ago.
Yeah, more or less.
And it was just a place to throw shit that I had on my hard drive that there's no place for online, or stuff that's like a bit like risque for YouTube. And some commentary tracks, stuff like that. But so far to this point, it's all just been me.
Mm-hmm.
You've been busy. When you can get here, it's usually after 10 on a Wednesday, and then we have to jump right into live streaming because we don't want to go too late for people. So I figured this would be a good time. We just watched Madam Web.
We sure did.
Yeah, and that review will be out. And today's your birthday.
It is. It's my birthday.
Yes, 27 years old.
Yes.
The 27 Club.
You've known me for just about 9 years.
I know, right?
2 months.
Yeah, crazy. So what I thought would be fun, I don't know if it's is have you on, and I guess like let's go into how you kind of became part of the channel and where it's been over the last 2 years basically, and how you've become such a mainstay and how you kind of have your own following and all that stuff, you know. I'm not saying I'm jealous or
No,
spiteful.
you're fine.
Like...
My instinct was to reject that concept, and then I remembered that you straight up titled live streams "Metz isn't here" because otherwise people will ask.
Yeah, where's Metz? Yeah, I got
which I appreciate.
A lot of messages today on like Instagram and stuff like that. Like, you guys streaming tonight? And I was like, no, we're gonna watch a movie. We're gonna do a review and stuff like that.
See, that time it's Elvira.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're live.
We're live.
If you watched the Madam Web review, we literally checked every inch of the building. I think it was just the heat turning back on.
It probably was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little paranoid. It's fine.
So,
but anyway,
I kicked the channel back off.
Yes.
While working at the water tower.
Yes.
At
the same time you were doing that, I was working at the Adult World.
Yes,
right down
like
the road.
right around the corner.
Yeah.
The very first video that I had done was the Ghostbusters one, which I was told I had to take down. And then I shot a bunch of stuff in my kitchen by myself. And then I had Melissa come and do camera for, my phone, for the Ghost one. And then what was the first one you were in?
So the first on-screen appearance I have is the Ghost.
What was the first one you were behind the camera?
That's a good question. I know that, so technically my first on-screen appearance is you talking about Batman.
Yes.
Because Batman fell over and I ran.
Yep.
I was behind the camera prior to that. I know that. Oh my god, because it was the Sonic 2 review. I know I was behind the camera.
Did that
for
one?
that.
Yep. No, you were.
It
on
was
camera.
before that. No, I wasn't, because Melissa wasn't there. I was initially gonna be on camera. Yeah, but we did have a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I told you the Chris Chan story.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
So yeah, I know that. I don't even remember how you initially proposed this. I think you were just kind of like, hey, want to hang out? And I was like getting off of work. And like I said, I'm right down the road. So, you know.
So, yeah, because you and I had planned to hang out at my old apartment.
Yeah.
And the night that you came was the night I got that email from Crystal.
Yes.
Which was basically like, you know, I wish I never met you type of thing. And you were there for that. And then you kind of became like very much part of like, you and Melissa were just always like there.
Yeah, I was pretty much always available.
Yeah.
And that's why I mentioned that I worked right down the road, because that made it super easy.
Yeah.
You were all of like 15 minutes from my workplace. I lived like 40 minutes from my workplace. So like there were times that I just crashed at your place just for convenience sake.
And I would still like we had 10 theaters there. So you, Melissa, and I, or you, Melissa, Brian, and I, or whoever would just watch movies after closing. So for that, like, 2 years that I was at Water Tower, or a year and a half that I was at Water Tower, we literally watched everything that came out.
Pretty
and
much,
just be hanging out and stuff like that.
Especially because I didn't have a lot else going on in my life, so I was like, fuck it, you know. Obviously, I'm not like, oh, dude's a last resort. But like, you know, like right now, I'm a lot busier than I was at the time, and but I was just like, yeah, I'll come by, fuck it. Like, what else am I doing? And I think around that time, I hadn't moved out of my parents yet also, so, like, it was a little bit, like, wanting to flex my freedom a little bit. Especially because, well, so when I say I moved out of my parents yet, I moved out a few times, and then this most recent time is I'm not going back. But, so that was, I think, one of the times where I was, like, still living there, and I needed to get out and do things. So and obviously I missed hanging out with you as often because I went from seeing you like every day for 5 years pretty much to like you were doing your own thing and I was doing my thing, and we just didn't hang out.
Because when I left Wayne to go to Screenwave, I saw you a couple times.
Yeah, we met at the pop-in a few times.
Yeah, and then I showed you the building that is now Screenwave's new building. Before it was completely gutted. Yeah. We were taking you over there and hanging out.
That was fun.
Yeah, so we hung out sporadically.
And then I think it, like, I don't know exactly when you proposed. I think it was because, like, because I was behind the camera for a while, so I don't really know why, but
nobody wanted
just went to hang out with you.
Yeah, but nobody, that was the biggest thing is, like, that was kind of the turning point of the channel, for me at least, was when Melissa's holding the camera and then we communicated with each other. I worked better off of other people. Yeah. Because
I know that, so the first time I was on screen on purpose was the I Saw Another Ghost in the Movie Theater. And that's where I corroborate a lot of your movie theater stories, because I was there for a good chunk of them, and if I wasn't, I heard about them the next day or whatever, right? Like you getting electrocuted. I heard about that like a day or two later, and then I was ready to fight.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I remember that Melissa kind of, like, she put me on camera on purpose, but I didn't think I was going to be on camera. That was actually for the Morbius review. And I think that was kind of when we realized that we bounced really well off each other. I mean, we knew that, but you know what I mean? Like, so just slowly, more and more, I started appearing in things. I think if I remember correctly, also, one of the big, like, you're going to be on camera now moments was it Cannibal Holocaust? It wasn't. It was Cannibal Ferox.
But that was when I moved over to Narberth.
Yes.
We shot that in the screening room.
But I remember that was you being like, I want you, like, on camera.
Oh yeah, for that one especially. Yeah. We didn't do any reviews before that. We definitely did reviews at my kitchen table.
I don't think so, because for a while we didn't want people thinking that, like, I ever went to your place.
Yeah. I swore we did reviews at my kitchen table at my old...
Maybe once or twice. Okay. I know that one of the first live stream I appear on is at your kitchen table, because I was working that day. Or I wasn't working, like, I wasn't scheduled on a shift. We had, like, a bowling meeting. So I rolled up kind of late, and I was like, hey, bowling meeting.
You definitely did one where you're like, I think I took the wrong pills.
That's that one, yeah. Oh my god. That was wild. But, which, again, technically, I did not take the correct pills, but they were pain relievers, so we're good. Newt doesn't have, like, a variety.
No, I don't have, like, a variety of, like,
He had two different pain relievers, and I went for what I thought was...
So there's another dude who I know who's a YouTuber. He's a retro gamer guy, and he's, like, my age, but he has, like, a tackle box full of, like, pills for, like, testosterone and this and that and the other thing. And it's like, you know, like, old people have, like, Monday, Tuesday, you know.
Yeah.
He's got, like, a million different fucking pills.
That's wild.
And he was, like, had them at the PAX East when we were there. And I'm just watching this, and I'm like, holy shit.
It's like, what you want.
His dad's also a pedophile. This guy's dad is a convicted sex offender of children.
Fun.
Yeah. I don't know why those type of guys are always kind of in the retro gaming community and connected to that company I used to work with. It's weird. But I digress. It's for Patreon.
Yeah, but no, I know that I'm not stopping. Yeah. But so I know that was, at least to me, that was the turning point of, like, oh, incidentally, you are also on camera. Versus, like, I want to do this regularly with you. Yeah. That's why at the end of that, I think I do ask for, like, hey guys, recommend us fucked up movies to watch. Because I wanted to expand my repertoire, and I thought it was going to be slightly more regular on what the
Well, because you and I were just watching movies before that, just for, like, our own pleasure, you know.
And they're also, so interestingly, there's also a time frame while you're still at the water tower, where, like, your audio kept fucking up. So there's, like, 3 reviews I'm supposed to be in, because we filmed them, and then later after I went home, you had checked the footage and realized there were audio issues.
It was unusable.
And had to refilm it. So there's, like, it was Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
With Northman.
Okay.
And, it was something in that era. Yeah. Like, it was all around the same time.
Or something?
I didn't see Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
I want to. Melissa. I like the show. There were a handful that I was supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And I was drunk off my ass. And that's probably what happened to the audio. I was probably covering it.
Well, somehow, you were covering it, and then one time, like, you sat down on the thing next to me, and like you were covering the microphone was like covered by whatever was leaning against.
That sucks.
So like at one I think it was the Northman one. You literally can't hear what we're saying at all.
Oh my God.
It's just
yeah, but yeah. So
there's 3, and there's actually it's too bad because the
Northman Review was fun.
Northman Review was really fun. And I don't remember one of the other ones, but we get off on this whole tangent. You were telling this like wild fucking story, and then when I went home to upload it, I was like, I can't use.
I think it was Maverick.
This, yeah.
I think it was Maverick, because I remember going off about something.
So yeah, there's at least.
But yeah, there are a few lost reviews.
Barbarian.
Barbarian. But yeah, I don't know. It's been really interesting because I still very much struggle to like acknowledge that I'm part of the channel, which is wild because I've been very much part of the channel for like 2 years now. And
people just know you as part of the channel.
Yeah, like people request my presence during the live streams, and it's weird.
But that's why I knew you would work because as much as we get along for the things that we have in common, the things that are so polar opposite are just really funny. Yeah, no, it works beautifully because like you're shocked by me pretty regularly, and I don't have your encyclopedic knowledge of things. So like, yeah, wasn't it your brother was like, why does he know those things? Probably, but like he would have meant it affectionately. But you know, like it's cool because like so frequently I just don't know movies, and you have to explain it, and that ends up being beneficial for you guys if you haven't seen it. Or it's cool because you get to see me react to something in real time. No, I like that, but I also like that we have actual conversations. Yeah. Unlike Hack the Movies, where it was, it was like manufactured because him and Crystal are playing characters. Right. And while we're filming, I'll just be doing what I do now, and then he'll go, okay, we're going to stop there. That thing you just said there, I'm going to say that. So let's take it. Mentioned. It was always like, I was playing Third Banana, and it's manufactured, and I don't like that. And we don't have to like everything. Like, again, when I started doing this channel, it was like, I'm going to be positive about things. No, but some shit's bad. And we've definitely had, again, the Madam Web review, Morbius review. Yeah. There are a few that were like, no, this sucked. Yeah. And like, I did my only rant with Avatar 2 because I was just so fucking angry 2. That I spent $20 on a ticket for that. Oh my god. But like, yeah, there's a balance between staying positive and not shitting on everything to be a cynic, and then balancing that with toxic positivity where it's like, no, it's all great ever, Smash that bell. Smash that bell. But like, again, I like the conversation. I like that it doesn't have to stay on target. I like that you can go off and we'll be talking about this Disney movie, and you're like, oh, that reminds me of that time that there was a school shooting, and I'll be like, what? Or like, Yeah. It is definitely interesting with our areas of expertise. They're very vastly different. Yeah. But there's enough overlap that we work really well. That's why we stayed friends after you left the theater, and then it shut down. Like, because we just always really got along whenever we were on shift together, which was always because you did not leave that place. But, no. Like, I fostered you to make sure that you didn't, wander into traffic and was never seen again, or like that's not even exaggerating. Fell asleep and was, sex trafficked or something. So those are 2 separate stories that we told before. Yeah, exactly. But no, I genuinely like that you would come, and then once we started doing the live streams is when we really started to notice that like people genuinely were interested in just the parasocial aspect of 2 people sitting down and hanging out, and then somewhere along the line you were introduced to wrestling. Yeah. Well, because first I guess simultaneously I kind of developed. I've referenced, you guys know I've got my little favorites. That doesn't mean that I don't like the rest of you. I'm just saying I got my little group. Some less than others. But no, you guys know if I have beef with you, I'm pretty open about that because. And this is part of why we work so well. We're both just very honest people. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can play a character. I fucking hate doing it. What would the Metz character be? I don't even know. Like, if I were to be putting on a persona for this channel, I don't know if I'd lean more into the dark stuff. What if we became super corporate? Like, you just have to fire me. What if we recast you? There's a Metz, but it's like a different version. It's a different person entirely. What's that Japanese, like, it's a hologram? Oh, Hatsune Miku? Is it? Okay, we get one of those, but it's you. Like, oh my god.
Oh, I see what you... Yeah, the hologram itself. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I like that this doesn't feel, like, stressful to me, because I do struggle with keeping up with things sometimes. And, you know, I have so many things that I've started and just didn't have the motivation to keep up with. But one thing that really helps this is, like, I'm really just coming to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Whether or not we film something.
Because it's every week. Like, you know, we talk throughout the week. I send you millions and millions of memes and shit.
Do, it's great.
And then it's always like, all right, we need to plan what we're doing.
You're like, I get off of work at this time. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Then sometimes it's like, hey, instead of streaming, let's shoot a video just so we can stay ahead of
the schedule.
The schedule, because we both have a lot of things going on, and I'm tired of talking to myself. You know and of late that's been mostly videos of me, because it's like when we get together, it is literally we just have to live stream.
Yeah,
you know?
I do feel bad because I very much meant to film an Iron Claw review, and I was like, oh, I'll watch the Dark Side of the Ring first. I'll do my research.
Nope.
And then I don't know. I barely remember the last month.
Yeah.
I've definitely, as much as I'm enjoying wrestling training, it is taking a lot out of me. I am this close to falling asleep right now, but I'm chilling. We're running on adrenaline. It's how it goes.
Well, again,
I wouldn't trade it.
I just want to get you on.
I don't mean it like that.
Patreon.
I mean, if I do stop, I'm just gonna be out.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of just how.
I was like last time you were here. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a little nap. And then we'll start filming again. I was like, all right, cool.
And it was 3 hours.
And
I gotta go home.
Your brother texted you and you're like, all right, I'm leaving now. And I was like, oh, wow.
Sorry. But yeah. Right. So my favorites and then the wrestling thing, is you all were like, hey, because a bunch of you were into wrestling for unknown reasons.
Well, they had us start a Discord.
Oh, yes. We started the Discord, which I had to, take your phone and make myself an admin. Because you don't know what the fuck is going on with it. So I kind of run the Discord, and you show up, and initially I was just like, hey, let's, hang out in the voice chat, let's go, you know, and for a little while there was someone doing, weekly movie nights on Sundays, which was a terrible choice for me.
And me too, I was always at work.
Yeah, we're always at work on Sundays. That hasn't happened in a bit, but, then, you guys wanted me to get into wrestling. You were like, you'll like the violence of it, you know, there was discussion of, what to start me with. And the whole time I'm like, I'm good, you know? Yeah. And then literally it was just because Neil the one night was like, yeah, I can't sleep. I'm streaming ECW if anyone wants to pop in. I was like, I just got off of work. Let's see. And now I'm training to be a wrestler.
Yeah, right?
So there's that.
Come be in a movie review. And you're like, okay, next thing you know,
I'm becoming a wrestler. Which is insane. Insane, right?
A butterfly flaps its wings in Peruvia.
But, I do love it because, I like that our friendship has developed a lot in the past 2 years because, it was always not... So, the dynamic that we had while I worked for you was obviously you were my boss. It was blurred lines for sure. But, you know, I was aware of that. And, also I was in a weird place. So,
a couple of them, actually.
Yeah.
A couple weird places.
Well, okay, yes. But, you know, you kind of had to protect me, so there was, this weird, I don't know what that was. But no, I say weird, I loved it, obviously. And then you left, and I was so excited for you, and then we didn't have that. So now also with the last 2 years, we've really developed into, more peers.
Oh,
It's really nice, and I appreciate it, consider you one of my best friends.
Same.
And, I don't know, I can tell that, though, because you've opened up in ways that I didn't expect, and, I assume same. Yes, of course. But, now that's at 20K. No, I'm just kidding. But...
We can't even hit 13K. We're stuck at the same fucking number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
We've only picked up 900 people since the 12,000, so...
I mean, still, that's close to 13K.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. We appreciate you guys.
I don't.
But, no, I appreciate what this channel has done, both for, our friendship and also just in general for me. This has kept me, doing things.
Yeah.
That was what I was starting to talk about, how I can't keep up with shit. Because it feels like just coming to hang out with you, and there's kind of no pressure, there isn't a problem if I miss a week or two. It's been nice to have this consistency with someone I care about, and it's keeping me functional and sort of on a schedule to some degree.
Yeah.
And then, you know, now also with the wrestling thing and with you guys, I have purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel
how many
so much
fucking
more
people
life.
came out to see us in
Was
you
wild.
in Ohio?
I was just gonna say, if you asked for my fucking autograph and like pictures with me, I don't know why. Like
dumbass little YouTubers.
I'm glad. I really am. I appreciated that immensely, like more than you guys realize. I don't know. It's so cool that like I have people I can like connect to on that level. And I don't know. I hope I've improved y'all's lives as well. So I don't know. I'm very thankful for the channel and for you guys. That's it.
That's been a huge thing. Is like, you know, I love the dynamic when it was you, Mel, and I, but Mel's been far too busy. But you've kind of stepped in and become a great foil, you know, which I really appreciate too. Because sometimes I like with you, it's like giving a gun to a pigeon. I never quite know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Whatever is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Just let it happen. You know. So yeah,
and I know that like I've also just opened up more over time. Initially, I put on. Not a character, but I was a little more guarded, and now I'm just kind of like, fuck it. I've cried in front of you guys. I've flashed you guys. Yeah,
you know,
those are the same stream.
Yeah, but it's just it's great. Yeah. It's you get a real, you know, because most of the time, like again, when we go into a stream, especially, there is no we're gonna talk about this.
Oh my god, we never.
There's never
the most we have is like I'll be like, oh, I want to talk about training or like. You'll be like, oh, we just did a con or whatever. We won't talk about that. Yeah. You'll be like, I had a shitty day. I'm going to make sure I talk about it on stream. You know, like that's literally it. And then we've streamed for like 4 or 5 hours.
We did like 8 the one time.
We did 8. We were both fucking wasted. I think that was the Halloween stream. Or it was the one where I was crying. I'm not sure. 2.
We did 1 9 and 1 8. I think Halloween was 8.
Okay.
And the next morning, I was like, I texted you. I was like, did I say anything that's gonna get me canceled?
I was like, no, you just humped my face.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but like, oh my god, where is I going with that? Yeah, no, like we don't have any sort of script or anything like that. Which is funny because lately I've been saying, oh, I'm no good at improv, but. Like, that's because I'm just talking.
Yeah, and
sometimes
again,
I say things I probably shouldn't, but it's
we
fine.
all do. I was having a conversation, so one of my exes and I went out to a concert the other night, and she brought up that somebody had told her that I used the F slur in something, and they tried to use that against me, and I was just like, no, if you understood the context of it, they those F slurs prompted me to use that F slur, you know?
Yeah. And now I've got a whole bunch of gay guys thirsting after you for the way you say
right? Yeah. But like that's the whole thing that's wild about the whole thing is like there's things that we've said on here that in any other context would get us destroyed.
Yeah.
But it's not coming from a place of like hate or anything like that. And it's coming from a place of like people who are in that community are the ones who have been like,
that's great.
That's great. Come on in, you know.
Welcome.
Yeah, and it's like, and I don't like that. I don't like that word, you know.
No,
I don't like any of that stuff. But like, you know.
Yeah, but apparently it's real hot when you say it.
Apparently it's really fucking hot when I say it, and that's what I was saying to her last night, and she's like, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
She's like, I don't understand what's happened to you since 2015 when I moved out.
It's
you
me
know?
Is the answer.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, so
but no, it's good because I'm getting you to loosen up a little.
I'm always.
But you've made me a little more responsible. It's nice.
Yeah, it's good. We bounce off each other that way. No, it's like, you know, but I like that there is no pretense. There's no trying to be anybody. You're not supposed. You're not. You know, we are who we are.
Yep.
Warts and fucking all. We'll tell stories that are embarrassing or cringe, as they say, and people will write blogs about it and stuff like that. But I would rather be myself and you be you and us be our natural friendship than because even sometimes when we add a third person to it. It gets weird. Yeah, like when you've had like people come hang out, like it's harder for us to be who we are because we're always trying to change the pattern of things. Yeah. Unless it's somebody like, you know, when like remember the night when at Water Tower when we were there till like 3 o'clock in the morning waiting for that machine part to get dropped off, and you and Melissa are fucking like grinding on the.
Oh my god, I don't even remember because we were definitely drunk. Okay?
Oh yeah.
And, like, yeah, it was the railing or whatever, and we started fucking dancing on it. Like,
because we were talking about Prince. And then next thing I know...
That's what prompted it.
Yeah. Next thing I know, it's like a fucking stripper poles are in there. And and yeah, it's like wild shit. But that was like off camera. That's just like that's how things happened with
Unfortunately, right?
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, no, we've done a bunch of conventions, you know.
It's so wild because every so often I think back to that first day that I walked in that fucking dress and it was raining, and I'm carrying a paper copy of my resume, and like
I can see through your shirt, and I'm trying not to.
Yup. And, like, just imagine, like, literally in that moment, my entire thought process was, well, I was offered a job here before. Hopefully this new guy is going to be cool with me.
Nope.
And now fast forward to, like, nearly 9 years later, and we're doing fucking conventions together.
Yeah, yep.
And
yeah, we literally were invited to drive 7 fucking hours to come hang out, and then to find out from other vendors there that, like, we were way more popular than some of the celebrity guests that were there. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me, you know? Because I'm not Tony Peluso or Crystal or something like that. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, we're filming in my fucking living room. Yeah. We're filming in my kitchen, you know?
Your cat hates me? Like, I can't even get your cat's affection.
It hates the one who was here yesterday way more than you.
Oh, well, alright, I'll take that.
That makes more sense.
She is literally, I have been coming to this apartment, your previous apartment, just about every week for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And her ass is still not used to me. She will sleep on my fucking cloak, but not now that I put it down for her, because it was initially sitting on my backpack.
She's like me, she doesn't believe in consent.
And like, I was like, oh, she likes to sit on it, let me put it on the floor. Ignored. Nope. Gone. I don't know where the fuck she is right now, but it's not in here.
Nope.
It's fine.
Yeah, we came back here super drunk last night. She smelled the cat on her stuff.
Okay.
And so we sat in here and talked until like 5 o'clock in the morning when I was finally sober enough to drive her ass home. Oh but then she also had a sinus infection. Ooh. So the entire time we're having a conversation, like, and I was just like, oh no, hot. But yeah, Elvira was just staring like, you're not the one who's usually here. You know? Where's the lines on your face?
Right? Where are the lines on my face? Oh god. I have training tonight, I can't. It's fine.
But no, I've found that the channel is better with you. But it was always kind of my plan was to include more people. And at first it was like, well, whoever will come do stuff.
And I know that also, because I know you've mentioned that people have offered before, but you were worried because you were getting so much fucking hate. Yeah. It's cooled off a little bit. And like, but I appreciate that you just knew off the bat that, hi, you know I was talking about you? Like, you knew off the bat that I was just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
No, because again, there was other people who were like, could I come film something? And then to find out that those people were fucking just like trying to start shit for the Cinemas for Truth, you know? But I also, like, I've enjoyed bringing on, like, guests that I'm not in the episodes, like, Maritoso and you know, and you know, Old School and people like that to come and shoot reviews. You know, and I've wanted you to do solo reviews as well.
Yeah, so like with me talking about how coming here keeps me on schedule, like it very much does. Once I'm home, it's so difficult to like do things.
But I think that like I enjoy introducing you to new movies. I enjoy your how you perceive these things, and I also like that we don't try to do movie reviews like movie reviews. Like we're not talking about the you know the cinematography of whatever. It's like this is how
come up if it's notable.
I know, but it's like this is what this reminds me of. This is this. It's like I prefer the idea of how people sit in a bar or in a living room and just fucking talk shit.
That's fair. It's very much movie review in the style of you asked your friend who saw the movie like what they think of it, and they're like, yeah man, it really reminded me of that one fucking movie. You know, we watched that together, right? Like, and there's this one scene that just did this.
When you remember the thing that we did, because during the Madam Web review, you straight up forgot a giant chunk of our friendship, so...
This happens,
We have to start, like, doing, like, Mento, where we, like, fucking tattoo things on you.
Probably. Because remember, oh my god, the fucking, at the con, where I still...
You didn't even know who Mike was!
No, we spent hours with that guy. Gone.
Yep.
Poof.
Yep.
He was cool, like, I don't know why the fuck my brain was like, man, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we definitely need that. Please bring that back. But you know what? I fucking remember all those weird details, all those tiny details in Madam Web. I don't need those.
Yeah,
I need the information.
You always, whenever we're doing reviews, you remember like incidental characters' names, and I'm like,
I don't need this. Give me back the important shit.
You know that you're touched. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I'm so happy that you came to hang out and do this channel, and and again,
welcome.
We grew it from, I think I had like 600 subs when you started, because when I restarted the channel, it had 2-something, because Crystal and I had about 2-something when we were doing the nerdy and dirty ones. And then, but even like, when Madeline came out, the 3 of us together was really fucking funny.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like one of those things, like, we've grown the channel, we've grown our personalities, we've grown all this. We're now on Patreon, and
grown as a person.
Yeah. I haven't. I'm still 5'5".
I think, has it happened the past 2? No, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, I used to be 5'6", and then like randomly, like 4 or 5 years ago, the doctor was like, "Yeah, you're 5'7". I'm like, I am. So.
And then you wear giant Frankenstein disco boots, so
now I'm like 6 foot.
Yeah, it's like a fucking. And then when we were walking in the theater, we thought you heard something. You're like fucking clomping your feet as if someone has broken into the building. They're gonna be frightened by your clippity clomps.
Oh, that wasn't the goal. That was just me.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you. That was like trying. You were like engaged in intimidation mode.
Oh, I was very much not in intimidation mode. I was in paranoia mode. If you had been paying attention to me instead of looking for whatever the fuck I heard, you would see me like I was constantly like checking behind my shoulders.
Because
like, we
walked up to the front of the building, and I pushed all the doors, and at one point you turned back and you were like,
it happened again. Yeah. Well, I heard the sound again.
I wanted you to like get on the ground like a tracker and like listen.
I get like that sometimes.
No, it was nothing. So, but
it was like the heat or something.
But what we should do with the fucking video is just the video gets uploaded, and then we just shoot a video next where it's our bodies, and then someone taking my phone and walking.
Because everyone be like, "Oh, that's clearly fake. That like they didn't actually die because someone uploaded it." And then we upload that, and everyone's like.
Yeah, there's just the next few things. It's a dude in like the traditional 1980s serial killer glasses with the mustache, and he's just doing reviews of children's movies. Like Barbie's Starlight Express is a really good movie, and it reminds me of.
Oh my god, that's amazing. But
that's
we're cool. We didn't get murdered.
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't
have
get
to
murdered
hurt anybody
yet. That's what I was saying. One of the kids who works for me, he's always smiling. I was like, you're just one of those people who every day you're just happy you weren't murdered. Like, those people who are like, they get through their day because they're like, there's a really good sandwich waiting for me at home or something like that. Like those kind of people.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to punch you in the Adam's apple. Like, who bothered to spawn you? No, that's it. This is our first Patreon video. We're going to do more Patreon. Yeah, your first Patreon video. We're going to do more stuff together. I want to do more commentary tracks and videos and special stuff. And probably get into like some stuff that like we can't put on YouTube that like just you want to talk about too. I think there's a lot of fucked up shit that, you can show me for the first time. Because I thought like when I showed you Cannibal Ferox, it was like, all right, well this is something that like will definitely be more up your alley. Or when I showed you Necromantic or something like that. Now we didn't get to do that this year. I didn't know. I don't remember what I wanted to show you for your birthday, but we didn't get around to it. But we'll get to something. And that's it. So if you're already here, you're already subscribed to our Patreon, and for that I appreciate you. And
you can contribute to our pizza fund.
Our pizza fund, our gas fund. Yeah, we're almost at $100. We're at $88 right now.
Oh my god, already.
So, and I want to make sure that we continue to create content so that people stick with us, because eventually, like, YouTube right now is essentially Krypton, and this is our ship to get off of Krypton.
This and our OnlyFans.
Yeah, which we need to do stuff with.
Yep.
My goal with the OnlyFans for that is, have you ever seen Swordfish? So my whole idea for that video is going to be from Swordfish. So in the movie Swordfish, Hugh Jackman's like this master hacker. Okay. And John Travolta commandeers him to hack into this database, but he needs to prove how good he is. Okay. So this chick he's got a gun to his head. Okay. They put him in front of the computer and they give him a stopwatch. They said, you have to get in this thing. But at the same time, this chick starts blowing him. So he's got to get into the thing while a chick's blowing him, while he's got a gun to his head. And that's what gave me the idea for the blowjob movie review.
So say I don't have a gun.
No.
But we can at least arrange the last.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and John Travolta's not staring at me. But yeah, so that was where the idea came from. Swordfish, first off, has one of the coolest openings to any movie ever. They loaded all these hostages with explosive packs with their ball bearings, and when they go off, they explode out to all the cops who are like patrolling. It's really cool. Plus, great. Halle Berry's boobs are in it, and
that's always a positive.
I was a sophomore and junior in high school when that movie came out, and we used to always schedule our breaks to go and see that scene, or when Eyes Wide Shut was out, the orgy scene. Yep. We would go and, you know.
Oh my god.
But then I was the bad boss who, when Blue is the Warmest Color was out, which is the French lesbian film, I would tell my staff, like, stay away from the thing when they're, like, that scenes are on, like, and I was like, oh, back in the day, my boss was like, I don't care if you want to see some fucking titties. So that's it. That's our little talk. That's
I'm on the Patreon now.
Yes, you are. And then we'll do more stuff. And that's this is our Alone Came Metz video. All right, bye guys.
Bye.